work and personality.
In this episode, we are going to talk about 1. Talk about 4 winners of the Nobel Prize: Marie Curie, Albert Einstein, Najib Mahfouz, and Nelson Mandela.
Hello, my dear students. How are you today? Today we are going to continue what we talked about last lesson. It will be an interesting episode. Let's get started. Did you hear of anyone who was awarded the Nobel Prize? What do you know about the Nobel Prize? It's an award given by Swedish organization every December for world achievements in physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, economics, and peace. Today, we will talk about 4 winners of the Nobel Prize. Who are they? Let's list them and then talk about them one by one.
Marie Curie won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry 1911.
Albert Einstein won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921.
Najib Mahfouz won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1988.
Nelson Mandela won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993.
Let's look at the meaning of the strange words and then talk about Marie Curie. Read each word after me. University, married, radioactive materials, element 96, curium.
Great minds, the Nobel Prize in Chemistry 1911. Marie Curie was born in 1867 in Poland. She studied chemistry and physics in Paris and was the first woman to teach at the Sorbonne University.
So, Marie Curie was the first woman to teach in Sorbonne University.
She married Pierre Curie and they studied radioactive materials together. She was the first woman to receive the Nobel Prize in 1903 and the first person to receive a second prize in 1911. Element 96, curium, is named after her and Pierre. She died in 1934.
So, what are the 3 firsts that Marie Curie achieved? 1. She was the first woman to teach at the Sorbonne. 2. The first woman to win the Nobel Prize. 3. And the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes. What was named after her and her husband?
Element 96, curium.
Did you hear about Albert Einstein? Who was he? Did you hear of his theory?
Albert Einstein also won the Nobel Prize. Let's read about him.
The Nobel Prize in Physics 1921. Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein was born in Germany in 1879. His family went to Switzerland. He studied at Zurich University and developed an important scientific theory, Einstein's theory of relativity.
So, where did he develop his theory of relativity?
In Zurich, Switzerland.
In the 1920s, he went to the United States and became a professor at Princeton University. He became an American citizen in 1940. He worked hard for peace.
What did Einstein do in 1940?
He became a US citizen.
Now, we will talk about an Arabic man who won the Nobel Prize. He is the Egyptian writer, Najib Mahfouz. Listen to the following new words and then we will read about him. Literature, civil servant, government, novels, short stories, trilogy, published, famous.
The Nobel Prize for Literature 1988. Najib Mahfouz.
Najib Mahfouz was born in Egypt in 1911. Until 1972, he was a civil servant for the Egyptian government.
What was Mahfouz's job? He was an Egyptian civil servant.
He began writing when he was 17 and has written 30 novels and short stories. The Cairo trilogy, published in 1957, made him famous throughout the Arab world.
So what did he publish in 1957?
The Cairo trilogy.
Now, let's talk about the famous African president, Nelson Mandela. What did he win the Nobel Prize for? Let's have a look at these words and then read. Elected, president, peaceful solutions, society, respected, former leader.
The Nobel Peace Prize 1993. Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela was born in 1918 in South Africa. He became the first democratically elected president of South Africa in 1994 and served for 5 years. He promoted peaceful solutions to serious problems in society. Mandela was probably the most respected former leader in the world. He wrote several books.
Where was Nelson Mandela born?
In South Africa.
When did he win the Nobel Peace Prize?
In 1993.
Which of these 4 prize winners do you admire most? Who do you think changed people's lives the most? Now imagine that someone you know will win a prize for achievement. Who is this person and why did you choose him?
I'd like to choose my brother Fadi. I think he should receive a prize because he is a great poem writer. He writes many beautiful poems about the land, peace, and love. I think he is going to become a famous writer when he grows up.
Now, listen to the pronunciation of the TH in the following words. Repeat after me. 1. The, that, feather. 2, 3, thirst, author, month.
Did you notice the difference between the in, the, and the th in 3. That and thirst, feather and author, clothes and month. Listen to the following words and put them under the list of the or 3. The, those, they, this, other, there.
3. Think, thirsty, birthday, math, Thursday.
Now, let's read what a student wrote about his favorite singer. We have to choose the correct preposition while we read the sentences.
My favorite singer is Wadi al-Safi from Lebanon. He was born in 1921 in the village of Niha. When he was young, he listened to traditional folk music.
In 1938, he moved to Beirut and he studied vocal studies at the Lebanese National Conservatory of Music.
In the same year, he entered a singing competition and won first place, and his career began. He has got a beautiful voice and writes brilliant songs, over 3,000 so far.
He performs across the Middle East and abroad, including America, Australia, and Europe. I love his music because he sings popular songs about the beauty of Lebanon.
Try to write about your favorite singer or performer. Use this plan to help you.
My favorite singer is he, she plays. He, she was born. He, she studied. He, she won, etc. He, she is interested in. I like him, her, because.
I wish you enjoyed our lesson for today. Take care and goodbye.